It is July 2018, and a couple of subscribers have asked to see an update on the yard, kind of a summer walkthrough. This won't be a full-on tour, but I will try to just walk through and highlight some of the interesting things that I've seen in the yard, and just to give you an idea of how things are growing along. So one thing I tried to do this year is not baby plants as much. So this loquat, champagne loquat, you can see it's grown quite a bit since spring. It's uncovered. It's in a nice microclimate here. Some mature trees kind of adjacent to it, including the Pakistan mulberry that I'm letting grow out, provide some shelter. That experiment seemed to be a good one. The tree is looking pretty healthy. There's been a lot of growth this year. I have to say the fruit set on the apricots, plums, and peaches were not fabulous this year. Might have been because we had no winter. Figs, on the other hand, have done extremely well this year. You can see all those tastings. Apples also did just fine. June is our driest month. It's our toughest month on these plants. Very dry heat, very high temperatures, no relief. Then July comes and we start to get humidity and some rain, which actually happened this morning, some unexpected rains. The plants enjoyed that. With rain, though, comes high winds often here, so you can see my pomegranate is kind of bowing to the ground there with all that fruit. But the branches are pliable, so they didn't break. So that might happen. Been a great year for guavas. A lot of fruit set. Royal Poinciana's really grown a lot. It's gotten very bushy. Persimmon's gone. If you notice, the Sajo persimmon just was not something that was succeeding in my yard. Really struggled, and I just ended up pulling it. The Che berry back there did fruit for me, but the fruit dropped. It did put on a lot of growth. This is a new one I'm growing, so I started a roselle here from seed. And then I got some lemongrass nearby, and that's really to protect this trunk of the Poinciana. They can sunburn pretty bad if there's direct intense sun on it for any length of time, and that was happening. So instead of having to trunk wrap this for the rest of time, I'm trying to grow a climate around it with plants so that they'll all kind of support each other. The Panamint Nectarine did fruit. Just one. Not a whole lot, but that's one more than last year. Almond dropped its fruit this year. Papaya's done well. Hog plum, interestingly enough, is still asleep. Still kind of dormant. I mean, it's pushing a little bit of green there at the top. Looks like some leaves are forming. It did try to form some fruit buds, but they dried up and fell off. So it looks like hog plum needs a while to establish itself. I didn't shade protect any of the stuff back here, except for that black Madeira. That fig is ultra sensitive. It's got a little tomato cage around it, some shade cloth. This really has not grown at all. Not a very robust grower. Really odd for figs, since many of them put on so much growth during this time. Mountain soursop, really impressive. Its growth. Started out as a tiny plant that I got from Hawaii. No order. Good amount of limes growing. These are the bear's limes. Variegated guava. Nice amount of fruit on that. Now, in case you're new to this channel and haven't seen all the videos, this path here that we're walking in, this whole thing was grass last year. So I sheet mulched it, put in the bamboo, poinciana, and it's really taken off. This is a year of growth. And I just love the bamboo. So this is the giant timber type. Just beautiful canes. Oh, and that nice tight cluster. And it's providing relief for my other plants. Serves as a windbreak and shades them out. A good amount of guava fruit on this white Cuban. Have another pink guava at the back there, a fig at the front, and this is a golden kissed apricot that's really happy right now, putting on lots of growth. Wellspring, Barbie, or pink Barbie guava. It's already setting fruit. This was just a leaf when I got it. Really tiny. So what's nice is I'm seeing these plants growing in more. Canopies are not fully grown in, but the plant margins are getting less apparent as they kind of merge together. It's very green back here. So here's another one I didn't shade protect. that's historically struggled without it. Cherry of the Rio Grande. I think the fig trees on each side help protect it. Is it called guava? Sunrise mango. Not quite ready yet. Have had a couple off the tree already. Delicious mango, fiberless. Just that classic mango taste. Quince has been one of the rock stars this year. Really grown in, and it's fruiting all over, really. So these should ripen up in October. Dragon eye fruit, longan. This is Kahala. And these should probably ripen in August. Once the skin goes from green to brown, you know it's about ready. Front here is the sugar apple. Usually take this indoors every winter. Hasn't set any fruit. Hasn't really changed much. Black sapote. Putting on new growth. It's gotten bigger in the last year. And this white sapote next door, Subel, really has put on a lot of growth. Come into its own. Decent sized fruit this year as well. More guavas. Pretty much all fruiting. Moringa put on hundreds of pods. It's kind of taking a break at the moment. We'll start sprouting new growth soon. I hedged this dwarf mulberry recently. And the result of doing that is you actually spur another crop of fruit to come on. So there's little white mulberry flowers that will turn into fruit here all over this tree now. So a simple method to get multiple crops out of your mulberry. Yeah, Barbados, cherry. This will put on a lot of fruit in the fall. Anyways, just a quick walkthrough of the yard. I'll do a more detailed one on each plant later on. But yeah, given the right amount of water, consistent watering really, the plants do remarkably well in our heat. Other than the persimmon and a couple of plumeria fatalities from the monsoon storms, I haven't really had any issues this year. Things are doing well. I wanted to say thank you to those of you that have purchased frankincense plants for me. I started propagating those a few months ago from the mother tree in the yard that I've done past videos on. I've propagated some more since selling out of the first batch. So these are going to go up, and these took a while to propagate because they are quite thick. So I'll be putting these up on the store, and then also for those of you interested in fig cuttings, I most likely will be offering some of those at the end of the winter, also on the store, so check that out if you're interested. Thanks for watching as always. Please hit the thumbs up if you like this video, and if you have questions, let me know. Thanks, guys.